Hey, BJ here with Business Coach Mastery with a free training all about how to establish authority and credibility as a business coach using one simple tool. All right. And that is a book. That is a book. Knocking my microphone over. Why is it important? Now, I don't have to explain to you the value of a book, at least I don't think I should, but I am going to kind of share with you why it's so critical to have, for you to be fully prepared and ready to go as a coach with your own very book. I'll tell you quickly, in our coaching system that we have at Business Coach Mastery for our coaches, in the full-blown system we write 2 different books for our coaches. One of them is designed to be specifically for a lead generation tool. First of all, when we're establishing credibility and authority, a book positions you as a thought leader in your industry. There's just this transference. When people say that you have your own book, automatically this view of you and what you're saying, the prominence of that completely rises in the mind of a prospect, period. Being a published author, it lends an extra layer of credibility that instantly sets you apart from competition. Let's say if I met you through a networking group, or maybe through someone in our church, or our circle, or a small group, or maybe I met you just organically, anywhere. And we got to talking about your business, if you owned a business, let's say. And we just shared things back and forth. If I said, hey, I got something I want to give you. I have a book called Growth Factor, and it talks about 7 keys to define your message, target the right customers, and win big in business. I want to give this to you as some value. I think it can help you. And if I gave that, that's adding that extra layer of credibility that instantly sets me apart from the noise that you as a prospect or a potential prospect has. Book serves as a tangible proof of expertise, showcasing knowledge and understanding of key issues. In giving out a book, oftentimes I have said, hey, based upon our conversation, I want to give my book to you. And you're talking about some of the challenges that you have in leading your team with the business that you have. On chapter 6 right here, I talk about the right leadership. I think that could, add value to you. Well, that's showing some, understanding of key issues that connects back to a pain point of you as a prospect. Having your own book, it provides a high value offering during that lead generation phase. Whether you're doing it as a free PDF and you're using it essentially as a lead magnet, whether maybe you're going to use it, if you go to a business, like a show, a place where, you have a lot of people coming around with a booth or whatever, it's something that you could offer like that. And unlike just a blog post or videos or whatever, books are very seen. They're still seen to this very day, even in the landscape of all that is digital. They're still seen as high value, even when they're in digital form. So you could take your book as a PDF, make it an ebook, if you will, and utilize it in multiple ways. It can open doors to exclusive networking opportunities, such as speaking engagements or interviews, or even potentially to clients. So, true story, recently one of our coaches in their community, they connected with a local entrepreneurship center. This center essentially works with the local business community in training and development. And one of the things that they do is that they use business books to train their businesses. They'll take a chapter, they'll take an entire book, go through it, and so on. Well, through the connection of one of our coaches and that entrepreneurship center, they're actually going to take his book and utilize it as one of the resources in training business owners. Think about that. What happened there? Well, it was just the value and the prominence of the tool, that being the book, that elevated him. And now he didn't know them that well at all before, and now he's becoming a part of the training. Think about what that will do for his coaching business over time. It also is a way to create multiple touch points for ongoing engagement. Number one, it's a great way when you have your own book to repurpose the content in different ways. You can write emails to your list, and you just use a chapter of that. So now you're not having to reinvent the wheel so much. You can use that same content to make a blog post, and in most cases, take a chapter and make multiple blog posts. Or if you like to do reels and you like to, have fun with video on social media, it's a great way to take multiple points, make one video. You can probably get up to 10 reels out of one chapter. So instead of reinventing the wheel and just having to create a bunch of more stuff, you're able to repurpose things. And then in your reel or your video, hey, listen, if you'd like to learn more about this, I have this all laid out in my book. See how that's done? You connect back to your book that way for follow-up questions and whatnot. And then when you're doing that, and when you're showcasing a book, just like I'm doing right now, it leaves a lasting impression. When you have your name attached to your book, especially when you're doing it in a tangible way like this, it just, the imagery of that alone has the way to be able to just extend the lasting impression that you have your own book, especially when you're connecting resources and content through it over time. All right. And it's really important, though, more than anything else, as far as I'm concerned, especially as you're building your business coaching business. When you think about leverage, when you think about tools, when you think about engaging with people, I think we undervalue sometimes how we can leverage tools to do part of the heavy lifting. That's what a book can provide. There's other tools and resources too, but when it comes to, I coach all the time, our coaches on our team, is to ditch the business card and use a book instead, like literally. There's not a need to have a business card. Utilize your book. Now, I'm not saying you should never have one at all for certain scenarios, but prayerfully you get the point. Think about it. If you were to go to any kind of event, trade show, whatever, and this is your calling card, and I'll give you one little tip. I wasn't prepared to say this, but one of the things that I used to do when I was networking at the lower level, or local level, I should say, I would, when someone said, hey, do you have can I get your number, email address, whatever, I would actually write that information in my book and give them the book. So I'm not trying to be a celebrity. I'm not trying to be, this like high paid, author kind of thing, Wall Street Journal bestselling author kind of thing. But the visual, the imagery that portrayed, and the fact is that there's a really strong likelihood that they're probably not going to lose my book, and my number, my information is right there. Game changing. Don't like to typically use hyperbole, although I do at times. So the point is that at some level, whether you ever work with me, you work with somebody else, do your own thing, the value of a book, which we include into our coaching program for our coaches, goes, 10 extra miles or more, does a lot of the heavy lifting and leverage for you, sets the tone, helps to become memorable. You can point back to information in chapters. You can use it as content. If nothing else, it just builds the prominence of having something tangible like a book to put in the hand of a prospect. What's my bigger point? If you're seriously considering and you're aspiring to become a business coach, or you're looking at adding it into what you're doing, you want to create some extra income in your world, you must think about the term leverage and utilizing tools that can help you build prominence, name equity, tangibility that, I don't know why this just happened. I love it, but I don't know why it happened. Tangibility. And what if I say the word balloon? See what happened? No, it didn't. Build tangibility that changes the way people view you and see you. So much of relationship building is all based on psychology. Using tools, a book is one of them, huge way to change the psychological approach and impression of what people have about you, even when they don't know you that well. Okay? Hope that makes sense to you. I hope that, look, don't make this complicated. Building a coaching business should not be complicated when you do it correctly and you use the right kind of tools. All right? Hey, if you're curious about building a coaching business, you want some more information on our Done For You system, they're either on this webpage in an email or go to businesscoachingmastery.com. We'll throw you some info to your inbox and go from there. All right? Until next time, take care.